Hello, in this video I would like to explain what is so special about the Tarasoles soles. So I had this idea in my mind to develop a sole which is very natural, which gives you the natural barefoot feeling, like walking on the fields, walking on the grass, walking on very, very nice, natural, soft grounds. Because most of the time, people are walking on hard grounds like roads, streets, stones, and it's not very healthy, because if you practice a very hard heel walking, then you knock very hard on the ground, and it's not very healthy for the whole organism, for the whole body, because it's a hard walking, and if you put your fingers in your ear, you will hear the sound of hard stepping. And I know it's very common for barefoot shoes just to have a very thin sole, like 4 or 5 millimeters. And I think we kind of need a new technology for soles. We should really avoid footbeds. Like if you see the usual cork sandals with footbeds, they are quite heavy, and then your foot is not really, it cannot really move like free in the sandals. It has a kind of, you know, footbed, and it makes the foot sleep. Yeah, it gives you just a sleepy feeling, and your feet are getting very tired. So that's why we're deciding to have this kind of trendy sandals, but without footbeds, and give it a new technology for the walking soles. So I will explain the components in this video. You have the Vibram sole where you're walking on, and it's very anti-slippery. You can walk on wet grounds, you can walk on stony grounds, and it gives you a really good anti-slippery feeling just underneath your foot. It's very light, it's a kind of synthetic caoutchouc, and it's really a light, movable outdoor sole. So on top of this, we glue. This, you know, the gluing process is also very special. Normally you have a lot of chemicals in glue, but we use very good orthopedic glue, so just to make sure not to give your feet chemicals, because the chemicals come through the feet inside the body, and we try to avoid every chemical we don't need. So in Portugal we are doing cork latex middle soles. So this material cork is very special because it gives you isolation from the cold and also from the heat, and also it gives air to the foot. So if you just have it in the middle of the sole, you know, this is a middle component from the sandal, you have a very, yeah, your feet doesn't smell so much, you have a kind of light air feeling on your foot. And yeah, it's very flexible because we do a combination of latex, which is also rubber from a tree, and also on the other side we use cork, and we mix it so it becomes a component which is very flexible, and you can move, you know, like your feet, it can move to all sides. On top we have a very special microfleece we produce in our manufactories, and it's an anti-slippery and also very soft surface. You can easily clean, and also it avoids slippery. Because we don't use footbeds, we have a zero drop sole. You also need a kind of material where you don't slip also when you have rainy season and the feet and the sandal becomes a little bit wet, that you don't slip. So that's why we use microfleece. And underneath the cork latex and the microfleece, there's also another layer, it's called Poron. And Poron also is a material used in the orthopedy, and it gives you shock absorption. Because if you step on the heel, most people, they don't avoid it, but you should really avoid hard stepping on your heel. But I know it's very difficult for most of the people, like, you know, practicing good barefoot walking. We have some online courses on this if you're interested in just learning how to move more naturally, like walking Barefoot, you should really go and take a look at the online courses, but it's only in German. I'm very sorry, we are working on this. So we have a little bit of Poron just underneath the microfleece, just to give a little bit of shock absorption. So yeah, it's a very light material, and the sole is still for barefoot feeling, but it's more a minimalist sandal. So we use this kind of soles for Woodstock, Alegria, Santiago and Easy Flip. It's a very new special technology for walking, like enjoying the nature underneath your feet, like you know, also avoiding sweatness on your foot. So, and also you have a very good feeling if you're walking on the sandal, and that's what makes Tarasoles sandals so special. I hope you have fun and take a look at our shop, at the models, and if you have questions, please write an email or phone us up.